What's up, y'all? DPD 19, and we are starting maybe a new video series. This is going to be something that I'm excited to do right now because I'm a petty bitch, and we're maybe going to call this the Petty Bitch MetaZoo Chronicles. And we're going to look back at some previous videos I did 9 to 10 months ago, post letter, and we're going to go over some of the comments in there. And we're going to kind of see what people said, how their thoughts changed. You can have a thought process back then, be upset about it, and then change your mind now. That's fine. But if you were just being stupid bish, saying the most annoying word ever like cope, good lord. Y'all, I want to smack the shit out of some people. But your boy had faith. Your boy knew what was going to happen. And ta-da, we going to get another version of MetaZoo. Look at that. It's almost like somebody didn't react emotionally. And we're going to see some of the comments and just go over it real quick. Just because I want to be a petty bitch at 9:30 p.m. on a fucking Thursday. Because what else better do I have to do right now? And we are going to use my other phone because this is Ghetto Productions. You should expect nothing less from me. I'm going to have my old phone. Ta-da! So this is from, if you guys want to look back at it from the video, are your MetaZoo cards going to zero? I'm going to highlight some of the comments. I'm not going to go over everything, but we're just going to go over some of them. And ironically, this is the person that inspired me to do the Ask Me Anything and to do this. They definitely did it unintentionally, and I can't tell if they're just putting questions prickish or I'm just misinterpreting it. Like to think I have a good gauge of people, especially through their vocabulary and the way they word things, but never know, I could be wrong. Let's go over some of the comments. He mentioned that no more eyeballs on MetaZoo will just erode the price. Actually, it got more eyeballs than ever due to the bankruptcy. The market shrinks. It shrunk. It definitely shrunk a little bit. Cards will keep some value, but in the end, it's over. I don't know about that last part. I don't know about that last part. It's coming back. It ain't over. So you can cross that off as future thoughts that you got wrong. Chalk it up as a loss. That's all I'd say. Some of these are long as shit, and we're not gonna fully read it. But if you want to pause it, y'all can read it. There's an example of the word cope. I really like MetaZoo, but it's cope trying to claim the losses aren't massive. The losses of what people paid from MSRP and early on, yes, would be massive if you spent a lot of money. I agree. Now, you also got to take into consideration someone like me. I bought during the dip and the collapse of the market, and I still made money. I was still making money off stuff I bought prior to that. So it's more, what did you spend and invest your money in that was more likely to retain value? You buy 100K pop skew of something like Wilderness, yeah, you're gonna get fucked in the short term. Long term, it's gonna take a very long time to recoup whatever you paid. It just is what it is. But we all knew that well before. We didn't need the letter to come out for this to happen. So whoever invested all their money solely in main sets and got fucked, that's on you at the end of the day. I mostly invested. Why am I even saying invested? I mostly bought. I bought because I preferred and liked the mini sets more than anything. That's just me. I invested in a bit having, I don't know, like MetaZoo 30th. I have like 50 boxes just tucked away. But I bought a ton and opened 30 of them. Mind you, it took me like 30 just to complete the set because fuck Invisible Ink. Fuck that card. It was not an easy card to pull, and yeah, pain in my goddamn ass. And then another comment in it, when the media hype goes away after a couple of months and the market cools down, prices will tank a little bit more once the market has met demand, which we're already seeing signs of. For certain things, yes. For rarer stuff, no. Singles are dirt cheap only with the or only with like the main set cards for the most part. Anything from mini sets still held decent value, especially because not everyone had it. Not everyone has it for sale. Like with me, my eBay was doing just fine. I was still selling at the time, and it actually got better over time because I continued to have things people don't have. They weren't considered chases. However, they were considered, decent cards, whether for gameplay, people love the artwork, not the easiest cards to find. You just had to spend your money on the right shit. That's how it goes with really anything. If you're spending your money on mass-produced product, you should expect your money back far longer down the road as supply starts to dwindle. You got shit like UFO and wilderness booster boxes. You're shit out of luck there. So some of the stuff I do agree with what he said. Others, not so much, which is fine. Then we have Cryptid Keeper. One of, in my opinion, best results to happen from, MetaZoo shutting down. I believe, if I recall, he came due to it. I don't remember if it was due to it, right before, because of it. I don't fully remember. He can probably let me know in the comments if he does watch this video. And he was still scooping up a lot of cool stuff. Sample Loveland Frogman, I remember he picked that one up. I was definitely a little jealous. Actually, I think that's the one that he got screwed over on. Scratch that, because he got the one he finally got one later on. So scratch that. I don't think he got it a Loveland at this point, if I remember the timeline correctly. But yeah, the collapse got a lot of people to buy. It got a lot of people to just dump all their shit, and that's their decision. They spent the money. They can dump it if they so please. If they wanted to do it solely off an emotion reaction, is what it is. That's your choice. Or financially, if they thought it was just going to get fucked even more, another thing is what it is. Alrighty. This comment is one that I see way too often, and I'm trying not to throw shade at a lot of people that do this, but let me just say the comment first and then explain what I want to say. If this were the case, the big boys like Nick and Argos would not have dumped all their top slabs. Nick literally sold his slab he bought for $12K for $3K on auction. LOL. Check volume 2, very low individual bidders on auction. I dumped everything as Nick dumped and at least recouped something. If I had sold this week, it'd be down another 20% or more as interest dies down. Now, spoiler alert, and this is my assumption, okay? It's not fact. However, it's a little too coincidental that the feedback on this eBay account is oddly similar to Nick's strength in Pokemon. The one-on-one Mothman, the other one, just sold for $13,300 with a person with a very, very close feedback to Nick's strength in Pokemon. Now, if I am spoiling him from showing it, my bad. But this kind of gets to my point. Just because Nick makes a bad financial decision does not mean that you should make the same decision. You make the decision that's best for you. I fucking hate people did this with Argos when he was thumping, and it pissed me the fuck off. If you're gonna base what you're doing off of some MetaZoo internet celebrity, then you should fucking not really have a good amount of money, or you should let someone else manage your money, because that's ridiculous. Like, following someone solely because you see what they're doing, it's idiotic, in my opinion, in certain cases. Can they be right in the dumping? Yes, 100%. But if you're solely doing it because, oh, this guy did it, so I'm going to do the same so I don't get fucked, you're a fucking moron. No offense to the people. Well, offense, yeah. No, take offense to it. I don't give a fuck. If you're solely doing it because you see Nick selling off a grail, you deserve to lose that money. You got yourself in the position you didn't truly want the stuff you bought. If you see someone else dump and be like, fuck it, I'll just do it too. Like, that's ridiculous. Same thing with Argos, people panicking. It's like, okay, I understand the panic. What does he know that we don't? But come on, don't. If you're going to sell your shit because he does, like, did you even really like it in the first place? Are you just being emotional with that reaction? And I can guarantee, if it's true that Nick did buy it, the other one of one for 13,300, this was a bad financial decision to sell in auction and lose what, 70% of your money? Like, he made a bad financial decision and partially an emotional financial decision. And you're going to go and base your decisions off of that person. Nothing against Nick, but that was not a smart business decision. Holding it would have made the most sense. I held all my stuff, A, because I really liked it, and B, even the day of the letter, I knew, and you can call bullshit, go watch the other videos. You're not going to scroll that far back, but if you do, I had a gut feeling that this was going to come back. So I wasn't worried. The day the letter came out, I was calm as can be while everyone else is burning shit at the stake. I was calm as can be. I had no issues. And I thought, to be honest, I was fucking weird. Because I was like, I should be panicking like them too. I have all this money I've spent on this stuff and now it's going to be worth way less. Why am I not panicking? Sometimes you just listen to your intuition, even if the majority disagree with it. Guess where we are right now? I was part of the minority that can say, hold my dick. You were wrong. I was right. Catch this L. All right, so we talked about that one enough. But yeah, don't base fucking financial decisions off like people up in the community. If you buy shit because fucking, I don't know, let's say MetaZoo crew buys fucking, I don't know, 5 Piazza Bird samples. This is the most random fucking analogy ever. Does that mean you should go start to buy samples that you really like? No. He's the one that wants to spend his fucking money on it. Don't base your decision off other people. If fucking Argos comes back and starts buying Kickstarter booster boxes, are you gonna go start to buy them and FOMO in? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Be like, take a step back, think before you spend money, for the love of Christ. And don't react emotionally. When you make an emotional decision, most of the time you're fucking wrong. I should know that damn well with my past from years ago. Emotional decisions were usually the worst ones I've made in life. If you could only fill your bank account with cope, you'd be the richest man in the world. You can, again, this is going to be a common petty bitch phrase that you guys are going to hear, but he can hold my dick with that because my bank account looks pretty good and sales have been better than ever this year. I was planning on stepping back with the letter coming out and not buying and selling as much. And instead, I've had the best financial year of my eBay career. So suck my dick. All right, anything else? Only when it's appropriate with that word. Yeah, fuck that word. All the people that are still hating right now that used to say, oh, you're just coping, they were wrong too. So, and they ain't using the word cope no more, really. Well, not that I've seen before. Speak English, David. Obviously can't go to zero. Would rather throw their product in the trash than sell it for $1. Never fucking really happened. Singles that are worth jack shit, sure, but most stuff, no, didn't go near it. UFO spellbooks are probably the closest I came to it, or like CN2 release event decks. But no, not really. If it gets to $10 a box, it's basically zero. No one will sell it. If it's too much of a hassle, so no duh, it won't go to zero. That's not what it means. There are ways that you can not sell a $10 booster box for $10 if you're smart about it and know what you're doing selling wise. If you have, say, 10 wilderness boxes, you're not going to sell them individually for $15, $20 because when you count fees, shipping that's going to be like $8 to $10, you're spending all that time and effort for nothing. Yes, 100% agree with that. If you don't know what the fuck you're doing, then you might as well fucking have recycled it. I'm not going to disagree with that. But if you know what you're doing, you could have bundled them, put stuff together, save shipping costs, save on fees, and ship it all at once, and you could have made some money back. 100%. Rico. I actually saw Rico comment on one of my videos the other day, and I did not know he commented this video, so I read part of this, but I was like, let me be surprised just because I'm curious. Because some people have an opinion 9 months ago that could have changed, which is fine. I don't care. But if you're a baby back bitch that just wants to say the word cope 15 times, then fucking hold my dick. All right, the drop in value is expected because there's no longer a larger vision coming for the IP. Understandable for the main pop stop. A larger audience, a bigger, better, more enjoyable World of Zoo is never coming anymore. Luckily, that was incorrect. So the story won't get developed and spread to people around the world anymore. The expected connection people would have had to these cryptids and characters is destroyed by the lack of visual storyline / IP. That one I will disagree on, because at the end of the day, people were still buying from me right after the letter. More new people than ever. Like, since it shut down, I had more new buyers than ever. And people were buying specific cryptids. They didn't really give a shit about the cards, playability. They saw, ooh, a CN2 Loveland Frogman for $5. I'm going to buy that. And then I'd see people like buying them in bunches. They'd be like, buy 2 Mothmen or buy some Jersey Devils. Hodag and Babe the Blue Ox were 2 of the most popular ones for CN1 that I was selling. Hodag, I thought I was missing something. It's one of my low-key favorite cryptids, and it was selling the best out of all of CN1 for me. Easily. Like, I had like 10 copies. They all sold within a few weeks. Because people wanted to buy that card in the cryptid. They had an emotional attachment to that cryptid. They didn't give a fuck MetaZoo died. They didn't care that it disappeared. They still loved the cryptid. Same thing with Jersey Devil, Babe of the Blue Ox. People were buying them because they wanted it at the end of the day. So that one I would disagree with, especially on my sales records, other people I've seen and talked to. So even though I still hope the brain continues, look where we at, my boy. More zoo product is made. Prices go up to the sky. It's gone up significantly for a lot of stuff. Lord knows one of the cards I just picked up fucking did. Pissed me off, but we're not talking about me right now. Sadly, I feel like we're still getting started with killing the secondary markets of the zoo. Yes, I'd say that was correct in a lot of product. And a lot of stuff that I was picking up cheap, like Flame Tower Hollows, I was picking up for $20, $30 or less. And look at where they are now for a lot of them in terms of like my sales. Same with Dark Tower. Like, a lot of things went down. A lot of stuff didn't sell for as much. That is correct. It did go down before it started going up by a decent chunk. And it's weird. It feels like it's been so fucking long, but really not much time has passed by, to be honest. And I do wish I bought a lot more. I was just like, I can't justify buying as much if the sales volume for me isn't as high as it was prior. And while it did take a step back, it really started to speed up greatly around like May, June, July. So, I mean, it's all about timing sometimes. And, me taking a step back, buying wise, I still bought more. I did my taxes up until November the other day, and I was still surprised how much I bought in February, March, fucking April, and May. But that's also because I was buying out people's collections and people that were trying to dump it. And all those collections I bought, I made a good amount of money on. Those people, a lot of them regret selling to me. But I still had faith. I still saw, even with the prices I'm getting, I will make money even if this game is fucking fucked to all hell and it's never coming back. I took emotion out of it and I looked at just raw data. I was like, I'm going to be able to sell it. This is going less from being a petty bitch to like just giving my insight. Not how I thought this video was going to go, but we're still going to call it that because fuck it. I'm sad about that. Love the zoo, still do, but less knowing there's no future to look forward to. Well, Rico, I'm happy that you see that there is a future. Whether you like the future is to be seen. I don't know how I'm going to like things with the artwork, with the card layout. I have no idea either. It's just wait and see. You'll know. We'll all know, not just seeing pictures, when we have it in hand, when we're using the cards, holding them, put them in a sleeve. That's when we're kind of like, are we going to get that same nostalgic feeling? Are we going to still want to collect it? Or are we going to focus more on the original stuff? Lord knows. Star North says, good points. Appreciate you. HC says, prices won't move until sales rumors finally die. Well, they died because Mike was making them die. And yeah, it ended up selling for $2 million. So that IP that's worth nothing. A lot of I can't wait to look at some of those videos where people said the IP is worthless. Fuck. If worthless is $2 million, that's fucking wild. You have deep bag holders unwilling to sell due to hope, and that's honestly what's holding up the market. I disagree. You saw a lot of heavy bag holders selling, but there were people with heavy bags that weren't selling. And if anything, the heavy bag holders actually made the market go up, because once the selling was done, rarer cards were harder to find and people couldn't buy them without paying this certain price. And then you saw the market slowly go up. There are so many fucking cards I created the market for. I made a market for. PSA graded, whether from Dark Tower, I created that market, and then it still started rising even during that time. It's all about timing and when you put certain stuff up, what's out there for sale. It's all a timing game at the end of the day. Will be interesting what happens at year end when everyone's moved on and buy interest is dead too. well then, buying interest is higher than ever. Most haven't moved on because it's coming back. So guess what? You can hold my dick with that one. It's going to be my catchphrase in these. D-Spirits is still producing product and is an active company. So I'm sure that fucking aged pretty well now, didn't it? Saw that recent set of theirs. Fucking doing amazing. Cart Gal just says Zoo. Alright, cool. Damn, literally just checked on TCG Player. Mind you, one of the worst fucking comparisons for prices, because you know the amount of times I have purchased from TCG Player certain cards and then tripled to quadrupled my money selling it on fucking eBay. That's you. If you solely base it off one market, especially TCG Player, which is a shitty fucking version of it, unless you're talking about mass-produced cards, then makes no fucking sense. Because who the fuck is looking up MetaZoo cards on TCG Player? Not most. All the cards you've shown are an extreme clear downward trend. I would love to see what cards I showed. I didn't care to look. I didn't read all these comments beforehand. I'm very curious as to what cards I was showing. But I know a lot of my shit was still selling, still doing decent. And I was still making money at the end of the day. If most people weren't, that's because of how they spent their money. I can't control that. Stop shielding yourself in the it's not going to zero, guys. Of course they aren't going to dip to literal zero. Don't be an idiot. You're an idiot for thinking that, we probably weren't going to ever come back. So, but teach their own. The cardboard still retains some of its value, but it's going to be a lot less of the originals. Again, as seen in TCG Player. If you base MetaZoo sales off TCG Player, you are the fucking idiot. So hold my dick with that one. Especially certain cards like Disclosure UFO. I fucking bought one for $50 after it crashed, and I still sold that sumbitch for more than double. So tell me TCG Player fucking sales make complete sense. If you don't look at everything in totality, including eBay, don't say shit. You just sound like a moron, and you're just talking because you can. You have one data point, and you have all these other data points, including private sales, that you're not taking into consideration. So, which is what I hated at the time and even now. People love, on both ends, the negative and positive spectrum, like to fucking pinpoint data points and stick to one argument point and one fucking thing and say, oh, this is proof that this is going down, this is gonna fucking fall, that this is all shitting the bed. But then around them is all the other proof that that's a load of horse shit. You base stuff off of, say, one sale. It's like people on eBay when I'm selling, hey, last sold was $20. Yeah, it was an auction for this card, and the last buy it now right before that was $50. So why the fuck am I going to sell it to you for $20 because you missed out on the cheaper one and you decided that, oh, that's the market rate. Auctioning off MetaZoo, for the most part, is a stupid fucking idea. If you're auctioning your card, unless it is only one or two that people will ever see and it's extremely highly wanted, like Change of Old Scratch, Dark Tower, PSA 10, Pop 1, 101 Mothman, an out of 5 tops chrome card that's very rare. Like in terms of a beastie to see up for sale. Shit like that, you're probably going to have a bad time with auctioning off, and you're going to get less than you would buy it nows, which I have shown countless times. I beat out almost every fucking auction in a lot of cards. And people, I still don't understand, don't get till this day. Buy it nows will always do auctions, but when people want to buy from you, oh, let's do the auction. Oh, TCG player sold for this. I don't give a fuck. I'm the only one with this card in the market right now. I don't need to sell to you for that price. Will I do a better deal? Sure. But if we're going to cut it down 60%, that ain't fucking happening. Hell yeah, they going to, last one, hell yeah, they going to moon. They all on the reserve list. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. That was true. So yeah, that's that one. This turned into 25 motherfucking minutes. My apology. It was more explaining and talking, to be honest, than talking shit. But I don't know. You can just consider me reasonable for wanting to entertain some of the points, because some of the people, even that are solely talking shit, they did have valid points. I'm gonna admit when someone's has a point in an argument, but I'm also gonna say when you're full of shit. Like, especially if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. If I'm right, I'm gonna fucking rub it in your face if you've been talking shit. If you ain't been talking shit, I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Simple as that. So this was a long one. If y'all enjoyed it, please let me know if you want to see another video of this. If you want me to look back at other videos, comment sections, and just see how it's progressed from 9 months ago. I'm very curious to see what y'all think of it, and if you'd be interested in more of it. I'm glad to do it because I don't know. I have so much creative juices flowing and just excitement to make videos. And I did bulk record a lot of them, but this is one that I'm making a day before posting. And I have them, at least one video you guys will get every 2 days for the next month. And I don't see me being able to keep up with that with ideas and, video content. But you never know, because you never know what's going to happen, to be honest. Personal life, fucking with the MetaZoo, what's going to happen with it. So, yeah, just enjoy it for now if y'all are enjoying watching it. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.